Hey guys, today's Friday, February the 9th of 2024, and I've been getting some requests and questioning what's going on with this pullback on the uranium sector. Should I be concerned, whatnot? So I'm just going to show you my observation for what it's worth. So without any further delay, let's get into it. So we know that I use uranium spot price closes for the month. It's important where it closes. And if you can look at a video, it's probably going to be in the end of the video, a link of what I talked about January. But if you look at the futures, the futures UX1 or UX2, roughly around 106.40, I think. And I don't know if it's 101 at UX1 or 102 has 106.30, but nonetheless, it's around 106, and 40 cents as of the high. This price right here, as of today, it's at 190. So since, it's kind of hard to track uranium spot, I'm using the futures and kind of putting the current prices as of today of what's going on. But knowing what the high is, because we only get closes on the uranium spot. So right now, that's the high. First thing I want to do is put the Gann fan at a 45-degree scale, and you can see that right now we're hovering above the 1/2. It's acting as support. We pierced it, went high, and now we're acting as support. If we get to go below the 1/2, it can maybe go sideways a little lower, a little pullback. That's pretty much, normal and typical. But that's the only thing I'm seeing there with this 45 from the all-time high of 136. Now we go for the low. You can see that it pierced it and poked its head above the 45-degree angle, which is the most important angle within Gann fans. And you see that it pierced it and it pulled back. That's a little concerning, but you know what? For what it is, it's typical. As like in the Matrix, every time Neo jumped the building, they said, every time they jump the first time, they always fall. Same thing with here. Every time you kiss that 45, most of the time, typically, on average, it fails. And then I'll go get momentum again to go up. But so far, that's what the price action is showing. And it's kind of indicating that, there is some kind of resistance here. But let's see, the month is young. Let's see where we close for February. The ellipse, kind of above it, so that's good. Using the Gann square, we pierced it, but then we closed below it. This is a key level, 104. Right now we're below at 100. So 104 is the key level you want to keep an eye on. Using and I want you to notice something. I'm not just laying things and this is random lines. This is a 45-degree scale chart from the all-time low to the all-time high. This is a key level, and now it's below it. This Gann square is from the all-time high to the 2016 low of 1850. And look what we have here. 106.72 level. Using the Gann square, we kissed it there and pulled back. What's important is that we're resting around this angle right here. Looks like a 1/2. The question remains: can we close and push above 106? That I'll leave it up to you. And let's see what price action brings for February. But that, as of right now, that's a key level, and squaring this level. In advance tells you, yep, that's a level we're going to have to challenge. Using the pitchfork, Andrew's pitchfork, you can see that this is the 25.50, and this is the 75. On the 75 level, which is 106, we've kind of stalled, pulled back. Fibonacci levels, you got the 23.6%, which is the 105.74. We kind of, poked our head above it, pulled back. Typical. There's the 108.43. We never got that high, which is a 76.4% Fibonacci level. Advanced support resistance, there's 96.98. for support. Parallel lines, nothing really there. This is for April, so there's nothing really there for now for us in regards to time. And I think that's it in regards to the geometry that I use in regards to, analyzing uranium spot price. Key highlights here, things that are important to me as of right now, is this 106. Using the Gann square. Another one will probably be that we pulled back from the 45 degree, which is the 1 by 1. I would like to see it. If it pulls back, that's fine. But if it pushes higher, whenever that's going to be in the future, I would like it to be above the 45 degree from this all-time low of 710. Let's look at the stocks now and kind of see what's cooking there, because that's where everybody's kind of more interested. But I just wanted to kind of do a backdrop on, just wanted to show you, as of today, current prices, what uranium spot price has done and where it's at. And in regards to Gann's theory, what are the headwinds and what levels you should be watching in regards to uranium spot price. And I guess uranium spot futures. Okay, so here's my list that I have for stocks. A lot of them is for uranium because I'm tracking things. And we're going to start off with the good old cap. Kazatomprom. I got to say it like that for some weird reason. When I say it with an accent like that, I feel like I'm like genuine sounding, I don't know if it's Russian or whatever, I'm just joking. But I feel like it gives it a little more like authority. Kazatomprom. Kazata. Anyway, I digress. Kazatomprom, so far, made this high of 47. The supply zone is anywhere between 40 and pretty much $50. And it's hovering around that area. So far, this one is good. It's just chopping around in the supply zone. Just keep a watch for Kazatomprom. If it goes below 40, that's when I will be concerned. NLR. Supply zone is between $83 and $74.91. And where's the $74.91? $74.91 is somewhere around here. And we're to that $74.96. So it's just tipping over, but kind of holding on to the Titanic. So keep an eye on that if you trade NLR. But this is the supply zone for that area. NXE. NXE. I think NXE. Let's go into the monthly. I don't know why. Okay, yeah. So the monthly, this is a baby stock. This stock came in, was born on around August of 2013. So it's a baby stock. We don't have any history to the left side. So what you do is you do a Fibonacci extension from the swing point and just kind of look at key levels there. And there's other techniques, but I'm not going to go over all that stuff. I had a supply zone here of a bear camp, and it penetrated that and pushed higher. A level of 880 I had up here. It hasn't gone up there, but it's kind of stalled at 831, and it's now pulling back. If there's any going to be support, it's going to be somewhere around 656. So that's the NXE. Yep, this level right here, 656. It's going to be support. You got your target up here of 880. Let's go to URG. URG, we have a supply zone of 215 all the way to 195. And so far, it's at 183 and it's pulled back. So it never even got to take out the high of 215. That's URG. UUU is just pretty much just chop fest. It's not really going anywhere. Just doing a triangular pattern. So I haven't really put much, thought or analysis on it. I mean, let's look at the monthly. Let's see what it looks like. Whoa. Let's just look at the big picture here. Wow. I mean, is that what is that? $240? What was this? 2007. Wow. Came all the way down. Went as high as what, $80? When was this? 2011. And then it's just been going sideways. What, since when? It's 2015. Wow. Wow. And it hasn't really done much ever since. Let's look at the weekly. I remember looking at Twitter and people were like, yeah, you. I just kind of find it funny that everybody's like, you. Yeah, no, it's like you. No, it's not you, it's you. Anyway, well, you is just chopping like a you or like a yo-yo. So, I don't know. If you guys like it, that's fine. You know, no disrespect. But let's move on. Rio, it's a big baller right here, 67.99. And it's having a tough time penetrating the bear camp, which is 76.79. And when we hit that up here, that was what, 2021. It's just making lower highs and lower lows. Not here yet, but a lower high here. So I want to keep an eye on this level, 58. If it takes that out, it's probably going to test 50.93. But if you want it to be, you know, and I believe it has uranium exposure, Rio. I believe, you know, I could be wrong, but I have it on my list because I think they have something to do with uranium. But I could be wrong, you know me. But I have it there just in case. Cameco, the big boy from Canada, Cameco. What happened to Cameco? I think people are just kind of, because they know I follow Cameco, they're like, what happened here? Supply zone is 56 to 44.81, and right now we're at 44.25. What happened? Didn't they report? Wow. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's below 44. Be careful. That's all I'm saying. Let's look at the monthly. Just be careful. Why I get the 44.81? This bad boy right here. It spiked up so hardcore. Boom! And then pull back. So why I use that? Because there's something about that level that is important. And if you're below that level, then that's not good. And that's why the supply zone is built between the high and something that's been rejected hardcore. And that's the supply zone. And we wouldn't, noodling around here, but now we're pulled back. So let's see if maybe we could regain, if you're a Cameco fan, 44.75. Cross your fingers, do your Hail Marys, but that's the level you want to regain. The longer you go without regaining that level, the tougher it's going to be, in my opinion. UEC, I owned UEC and I sold it at the beginning of the year. What is it, January 2nd? Yep, right here. This is where I got rid of it. So far it's doing good. You know what? It's better than Cameco. I got to give you that. The supply zone is between 935 and 748, and you're at least holding 748. So you're in the bear camp and you're battling out. So that's good. That's positive in my eyes. You're doing good. Where you really want to go and test out is 935 and then push even higher. But it hasn't gotten there, but maybe give it time. But so far, this one is actually a better stock. At least better than Cameco. And back with Cameco is the big boy. The big boy in the block. Kazatomprom, they're hanging in there too, like UEC. So they're both in there. So that's good. UROY. This is the one I still own, and you see it got slammed down. I'm holding this for long term, and it hasn't even gotten to the supply zone, which is the bear camp. So it's really probably maybe the worst of the bunch. I don't know if you want to look at it that way, but I still own it. Just in case uranium continues to explode higher, then I could ride this wave and I have some exposure. But this is the only thing I own. Other than that, I got rid of everything. I'm looking at the palladium sector to invest some money. And palladium is even going lower. I got to do a video on that, which is exciting because the lower it goes, the more excited I get. because I'm going to get it at a cheaper price. What is this? URNM. Baby stock also started in what year? 2019. This is so far what it has done. And this is the supply zone. We just stalled here. And, you know, support will be obviously this 5178. And it looks like it tested it there again. And so far it's just kind of hanging out there. This is the weekly, right? Yep. It's at 53.89. Let me continue. URA in the supply zone and pierced it and did a high of 32.60. And now it's back in the bear camp, which is the supply zone. Keep an eye out for if you learn already, what's the one I'm watching? Look, if we slammed it down and then exploded up and then from there failed, that's your supply zone level. That's how you do it. High rejection line. This is where the bears live. And if you take out that 28.49, watch out. So far is hanging in there like UEC and CAP, Kazakhstan Pram. SRUUF. This is another baby stock. This one was born in 2021, July. We pierced at 24.20, which is the 1618, and pulled back. So you got to just see what this level happens here. But support, using the extension, will be 1856, but this is the real support, which will be right here, which is the 1662. I'm not saying it's going to go down there, but that one is definitely your support as of now, like real concrete support, just looking to the left. That's where it stall. Resistance will be support. And, you know, with the extension of it plant, you know, if it works out. I think these are Intel I used to own. Hive I still own, using the Bitcoin play. Having a little exposure there. DNN I used to own. I sold it on January the 2nd. This is a weekly, but somewhere around here. And then they had that thing about Kazakhstan Pram, you know, falling short of something. Boom, got this explosion. And so far this one's looking good. The high, it tested that high and failed. That high is 214. So far is good. Okay. Test. Where will be the bottom of the supply zone? You sold off. You retraced and fail. What's that level? 183. Oh, you're learning now. See how long we've been chopping around here? And January came, I locked in profit. So let's see how it goes. So far, it's in the supply zone. It's looking good. But if you take out 183, watch out. So far, this one is hanging out pretty good. That's it for me. I didn't want to make this video too long, but probably it is. But that's just to answer some questions. A lot of people have been hitting me up. Hey, come on, uranium. So there you go. You have it. But the most important thing is the uranium spot future. That 106, keep an eye on that 106. That 100, 104, 100 around there. If it starts going, you start going to 99, 98, 95, 90, 89, 86. Things are changing a little bit then. I'm going to sign out. Hopefully you like this video, and I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on the uranium spot price.